So guys, how are you guys doing today? So this is your Dr. Sofiahholistic. This is the part 2 of marriage is the rule of men. So if you have been following from the other video, a previous video, so you know that we were talking about the rules. Marriage is the rule of men, and so what are the rules and the authorities that men ask from God for them to give themselves a wife? So in this, now we're supposed to look in this way. Did God really accept that? Did God really give the go ahead for a man to find, to give himself a wife to under the authority name called marriage, which is a rule? So now the answer is yes. So God gave the go ahead that a man can go ahead to find himself a wife. So they gave it the name wife and then husband under the contents of marriage. So God said, okay, so he go and find a wife. So a man that finds a wife, he who finds a wife, find good thing and obtaineth favor from God. So, if you find a wife as a man, God is glad about it. You'll find good thing. Now, the good thing, let's underline that word. And the good thing is what will not give you the criteria for you to obtain that favor from God. So why did God said, you find a wife, find good thing? There's a reason why God emphasized on it. Remember, life is about word opposite: white, black, good, bad, and all. So that means there's a bad thing. He who find a wife that find good thing, obtain a favor from God. So he who find a wife, bad thing, do that, will not obtain favor from God. That means every man still have the rib of his own rib. A woman created from his own rib. Remember when God gives the wife, the woman to the man, it was from the man's rib. So if a man finds a wife and finds the one from his rib, it's a good thing. It's a real perfect match. So that such man will find favor from God. But if a man finds a wife and finds the wrong thing, that is not the real match from his rib, he has not found favor from God. That is why such men, most men these days, you notice they go through hell in their marriages. Now, talking about most men going through hell in marriages because they didn't find the woman from their rib. And remember, a man, no matter how well-read, learned, or well-developed, finding their higher self and all, knowing God, if they don't have the real woman from their real, which is the good thing, to complement them, their own real self, you notice that as if the man is like miserable or not, there's some mishap, as if the man is not complete, as if there's something bad about the man. But until you find this good thing, the woman from his rib is completed, there's a kind of a match. So at that point, this good thing you find will now be fine-tuning everything that is bad in the man, because even we as a being, we always have the two sides, the good and the bad. The good side, if we let that come up, it starts to fine-tune the bad side. So the woman always complements to fine-tune the bad aspect of the man to make it good, make it beautiful. Now, let's go out of that place. That is the first contents, right? Which God asks from the man. Now, the next aspect is when God said to the man, now a man will leave his father, his parents' house, and the father and the mother, and cleave to his wife. Now we'll go and get his own compound, his own vineyard, to bring his own wife there for them to be together. Now, this is what my findings when the realm of the spirit was saying to me. That when a man bring a woman, as God has said, to his vineyard. Now God said, let's go back. They said, Now, the man will escort the woman with maidens and even prepare the husbandry men that will plow the ground, everything. So that means the man make the whole place comfortable, soft, putting things on ground for the woman to come and run it and build that home. So not only for the sake of bearing of the children, so the woman comes to build. That's why God talk about the virtuous woman. So if we can remember that also. So the virtuous woman is, a great merchandise, and it does a lot of business with merchant far and near, and great wealth. And what happens to the man? The man is full of joy and pride. Say at the gate, the man is honored. The woman is like a very beautiful golden bracelet on his neck with honor. And the man watches over his vineyard, the woman, the wife, everything they are building, and the children, the offsprings, protecting it. Now, in all this, is it that the woman is to now come and rule? No. There's something the woman is there for. Now, the bearing of fruit and the building of the home. And in all this, God said, the next one, right? He said, man, cherish your wife. You will notice with all this making everything comfortable, for the woman, that is cherishing, right? So in cherishing, he said, love your wife. Love your wife. So you notice in loving your wife, there is submission. You are submitting everything that you own for the wife to build on. Now he said to the woman, submit to your husband. But in the context of the husband, he said that the husband should love, cherish. But most would mistake something that there is love, there's submission in love and in cherishing. So now the woman submit, total straight, instruction that the wife should submit to the other. I mean, everything the woman builds, as far as you have accepted that man to be your Lord, to be your, your head. Now, everything you build in that man's home, in that vineyard, belongs to the man. You submit it to him. You submit every of your dominion that you have owned from the beginning, that God said we should go and have dominion. So if you're a woman, you are in marriage, you should know that you are supposed to submit that. Now, some will say, but some feel they can still eat their cake and still have it. So they can still, be in the marriage, then pretend as if they will be submissive. And when maybe after the marriage, they start to tell the husband and the whole world, equal rights, equal rights, equal rights. My money is my money. Your money is our money. But let's see the really contents, the originator, the foundation of marriage. There are things that have created it under agreement. So those agreements fight against when anyone is overruling the rules in marriages. And that's why you see many marriages crash. No matter how you try to be if you're very smart, you want to outsmart it, you know what you can twist and everything, it will still, even for the man, that a man should live in the vineyard, I mean, his parents, I'm going to create a vineyard, and all. That is a wealthy man. That is a man that have tilled the ground, and make wealth for himself. So, and bring the wife into comfortability. You put the foundation for the woman to build on, the wife to build on, not just a woman, a wife to build on. Now, if a man has not tilled the ground to make himself wealthy, to build a vineyard, to bring the wife to be comfortable, do you know that is a sin? When a man has not built up himself and go and get a wife, it is a sin before the Lord. Yes, it is a very big sin, because the person, that very man, is trying to outsmart God, but it will not still work. Even some men try to get rich, married to rich ladies, even swindle them. Even those are even making, condemning themselves, because they are turning themselves to be abomination before the sight of God. So in our next video, we'll be looking at the part 3. Marriage is the rule of men, part 3. What kind of women are meant for marriage? And did God even, support all those things that is happening in marriages? We will look at that in part 3. Guys, like